Hello everybody, welcome to Carla's Bunny Trail. I'm Carla and happy Face-to-Face Friday. It's been a while since I've done a Face-to-Face Friday and I'm here in my Halloween boo shirt that I have here and I caught some, I'm talking. Do you have something you need to say? Okay. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but the chickens are putting their 2 cents in. Anyway, I have my ghosts that I caught and put in a bottle. Let me come close so y'all can see. Aren't they cute? I bought these last year, I believe, from Temu, and they're glow in the dark. And so, yeah, they're really cute. Aurora is wanting to go to a haunted house tonight. She's never been. And my video I did yesterday, I told y'all that I no longer have a reflex. I don't jump. When people jump out at me, I don't jump or anything like that. But I do have to say that I'm afraid that if I got into, I haven't been in a haunted house since I was a senior, Sorry, I had a message come through I was reading. Anyway, so I told Mason, I was like, I'm going to have you go through with her because I'm afraid I'll pee myself. If I get too scared, I'm afraid I'll pee on myself. And he laughed. At first, he's like, I don't want to go through. And I was like, Mason, you're going to have to go through for me because your dad's not going to do it because he don't participate in any of that stuff. So you're going to have to do it. And he's like, oh, I don't want to go, Mom. And I told him, I was like, look, if I was to go through it, I may pee myself. And he laughed. And I was like, and you don't want me coming out of the haunted house with pants where I pee myself and all your friends seeing. So you're going to have to go. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm wanting to say, though, that the haunted houses, it's the Boys and Girls Club that's putting it on here. And then the American Legion has one. And I'm willing to bet that they're charging. So that will be the end factor on whether or not, sorry, I was watching the cat, whether or not we go because, it just depends on prices. So I don't know. We'll see. Now tomorrow is when our community does they block off our square, downtown square, and all the businesses, not all, but those who participate, which is a lot, come down and set up booths around the whole square and pass out candy. They have the fire station comes down with a fire truck, and the kids get to walk through the fire truck, and they hand stuff out to them. Same thing with the ambulance, police cars. I know one, usually the military, because we're right next to a military base, and they'll have a helicopter that's set in there, or that the kids can climb up in and see, or an army tank. They do all kinds of stuff, set up booths for kids to play games like beanbag toss, and a lot of there's a lot of advertisement that goes on as well. I know there's a karate, is it karate or mixed martial arts that comes and sets up, and then they hand out their business cards and things like that. And it is super crowded. We haven't gone in the last 2 years. We usually go to the churches around it, only because the last several times the very last time I took the kids and told them I wasn't going to go to the bazaar again. We had gone and I had to go by myself, and I took where we lived, we just walked to the square, and because it is so crowded, people park blocks away and walk to the square. And I took them, and then the whole time we were there, they didn't even want to walk and get candy. They wanted to play with their friends, run around on the courthouse. Aurora still calls it the quarter house. So cute. And I don't want to correct her because it is just part of her little babiness still left in her, But the quarter house, the kids kind of gather there and they just play and roll on the grass and everything. And that's all she wanted to do. And I'm like, look, I didn't come here to watch you roll around and tear your costume up. Let's do this. Let's go to the booths, check out all the different things, play the games, or let's go. And there was a lot of fit throwing. And so I was like, that's it. I'm not coming back. We're not coming back to the Bazaar. And so we've not been back. And we went to the church that was next to the Bazaar last year, I believe. That's when I saw the lady that had the wagon, the cloth wagon that was, or it was 2 years ago, that had made it Jurassic Park that I talked about in my tag video I did yesterday. And they had games. They had a bowling game and things like that. I wish there was a, when I was a girl, our school did, we called it the Fall Festival. And, they did, you know, like classrooms would set up games. There was a pie walk, a cake walk. They would also bring in like this fake gel and they'd put it in the center of the gym, and then you could like pay like so much money for someone to get locked into jail for 15 minutes, you know. And so a lot of times the coaches would get locked up in the jail for so long, and the coaches would be like, I will see you in athletics on Monday. But it was fun. And then they would have, you could drive around our school, like all the way around our school. And they would have what they called a hayride. You know, it was just a trailer with hay bales on it, and people would get on it, and then the truck would pull, and then around the school people would be dressed up and would jump out and, you know, try to scare you. But it was fun. It was so much fun, and I wish that there was something like that. I wish the kids could go on a hayride. I really do. I'm going to check in with the pumpkin patch, because I told Brian, I said this next weekend we're going to a pumpkin patch. And he's like, you know how much that is, blah, 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 you know. And I'm like, it's not any more than what you and Mason wanted to do for your birthday. Every year I want to go to the pumpkin patch, and I want to take my babies and take Aurora, and we want to go and do these things. And I talk about doing them, and Brian gets out of it every single year. We don't go. But this year, by golly, I'm dragging him. We are going to a pumpkin patch, and he's going kicking and screaming, I'm sure. I was just sitting here thinking he's probably not wanting to go because he's probably thinking it has to do with Halloween stuff. But a pumpkin patch does not have to do with Halloween stuff. You can make a scarecrow. You can make, scarecrows go on your fields. It doesn't have to be for Halloween. You can, picking your pumpkin has nothing to do with Halloween, things like that. So he can just have a family day with us doing this. And he doesn't even really care much that I bring the babies anymore. Used to, he was kind of like standoffish about it. Last year, when I did bring, I brought Katie Marie to the Christmas in the park or something like that was new that our town did. And that was a little kind of awkward for me and him because I've not taken my dolls out in my town. I have, we have a very, very small country town, and whether you like it or not, I don't want my kids to have to be made fun of in school because of their mom, and my hobby. So I'm very careful. Now, if we go to the big city, that's, there's 3 big cities around us, I will take them, and that doesn't bother me because they're, you don't see the people in the big cities. So, but last year for the first time I did take one out, and I was on guard. It was hard for me to relax because it was the very first time in my town, and I did have a few people who were like, oh my gosh, that's so scary, that's creepy, and then I found myself getting angry about it, so I watched Caroline Reborn Night. I've said that before in my videos. And I I know, I'm taking my babies for me. I'm not, the times that I've taken them out, I'm not taking them to show people, look, look, this is a reborn doll or anything like that. So maybe if I take them in a stroller, maybe I should do the strollers that cover them so that people really can't tell, whether it's a real baby or not. I don't know. We'll see. But by golly, I'm going to a pumpkin patch. And we are going to play, and we are going to have a blast. Me, Aurora, and the babies. I don't know. I bet Mason will go. Yeah, he'll go. He likes to go to those things. Right now, he like when we go to the grocery store and stuff like that, he's getting to where he doesn't really want to go anymore with us. But I think he'll go. I think he'll go to the pumpkin patch because they have other things that they can do there. They have the potato guns. Have y'all ever seen a potato gun? At this pumpkin patch we went to several years back, it's this these homemade launch potato shooters, and you put your potato in the end of it, and you have contest on who can, and the gun moves up and down like this, so you try to move it to where you think how high up, to get it the furthest out there. And then I can't remember how they shoot it off, but it's a real loud bang, and they mark it, and so you can compete with your family or other people in line to see how far you can shoot your potato. They also gave, the last time we were there, they gave helicopter rides, so that may be something Brian and Mason might do this time. They had, because Aurora, it's been more than just 2 years ago, because Aurora was little, and they had a big, a bouncy thing, and we had a scary thing happen. It's huge. It's this big, they just get on it and bounce, and it didn't even have sides on it. But somebody unplugged accidentally. All I know is the thing that blows it up got turned off somehow. And so the air started going out. Well, when the air started going out, the inside starts to concave in, And Aurora was tiny, and she just rolled to the middle, and then all the other kids start rolling in on top of her. Okay, that talk about panic, being in a panic. I was fixing to dive in to get her, because she was at the bottom of everybody. They got it going, back up and going before anybody got hurt. But that memory is stuck in my head. What else did they have there? They had archery where you could, shoot your arrows into the pumpkins. Then they had some people that set up that had like homemade jams, jellies and jams. Their pumpkin patch I don't think it's actually a pumpkin patch. It's just a bunch of pumpkins set out. Or maybe it is. Let me think for a second. Yeah, maybe it is an actual pumpkin patch. But then they also have a corn maze. I'm trying to think of all of it. Then they even got a playground that's put in for the kids to play in. They've got one, it was really cute. I call it, y'all seen my little tub I use for a sensory bin for the kids here? Well, they've got one made out of wood that's ginormous. And, well, I say ginormous. They get inside the sensory bin, and it's actually filled with corn kernels, And so they can dig, and but it's a sensory thing. And so that's really cool. And there is a fairy. We have a fairy visiting us.
Do you put a filter on?
Nuh-uh. Why?
It looks weird. It looks pretty.
It looks pretty. Because you're pretty. She's trying on her Halloween costume. It's getting closer and closer to the date, and she can hardly stand it. She's already tried. Where are the wings? You got them put up? Don't leave them laying on the couch. Bobo's claws will poke a hole in them.
I'm going to go put the mark to show them.
Oh, okay. She wants to show everybody. So she just couldn't. This is the first time that she's actually put everything on. She's already tried the wings on. The wings came in the mail on Monday or Tuesday. And they came with the little hairpiece halo that she's wearing and the gold wand that she has. And it come with some elf ears as well. But the elf ears are really big. a while back, I had a picture posted of her with some elf ears on, and those fit her way better than these. Look like they're for adults. So I think I'm going to go to the store and maybe get her some stones, some of that stone stuff you can put on your face, that, you know, the rhinestones, sparkly stuff. So I think I'm going to get some of that. Come walk up behind me so they can look and see. Let's just give them a peek because we're going to be doing the full with you all dressed up. Aren't they pretty, her wings? I don't know, either tomorrow or next week. So I told Brian, I was like, let's see what the pumpkin patch is actually doing on Halloween Day, and we may just go to that instead of going to things here in our town. So in that case, though, it would be like Halloween, you know, for Brian on... He's really giving me a hard time this year about that. But I think Halloween is what you make it. That's my opinion, you know. And stop, sis. And my opinion alone. I mean, you know, that's just my opinion. I don't worship Satan. I don't do rituals. I don't, you know. To me, it's a day you can dress up and get candy, and that's all it means to me. That's it. It has no other special meaning to me whatsoever. And I've been like that with my kids the whole time. And when we do a jack-o'-lantern, we do a cross in it. We carve a cross. So I mean, to me, it is what you make of it. And if you think about it, Christmas is almost the same thing. We celebrate Christmas on December, you know, in December. And that's not his actual birthday, Jesus' actual birthday, but yet we celebrate it. We picked a day to celebrate that on. And then you could even go as far as, what does the Christmas tree actually, you know, some people say that it's pagan, you know, it's a pagan holiday or whatever, you know, and that the Christmas tree represents something to do with pagans and things like that. I think the tree represents life, you know, and so it is what you make of it, I think. You know, I know who my Savior is, I know who I love, I know who I worship, and I know what I put into my children, what I teach my children. So, that being said, Brian, on the other hand, has different views, and he's allowed to, you know. It just makes it difficult when you're married sometimes, you know, when you have different views. And his grandmother actually told him not to marry anybody that was out of a different religion than you. And that was because she was a woman of Church of Christ, and then her husband went to a different church. They went to two different churches, and they could not get along when it came to talking about religion, you know, and they many arguments and things like that over things like that. And I have a family member as well that they struggled in the past too, because they had two different looks upon their religion because they went to different churches. So that makes it difficult, I guess. Brian and I go to the same, we have most of our beliefs are the same, you know, and we go to the same church, so that's not too bad. But anyway, I watched today, and I plan on doing it, a tag from Tammy, Tater Tot. Tammy did it from Tater Tot Nursery, and it's from Susie Q's Happy Little Haven, and I think her tag was called Fall Color Tag. And then I also did Kitty's tag, what was it, Fall Leaf Tag, a while back. So there's still that tag that people can do. And then also I did a Halloween tag, and I hope I posted it yesterday. I hope you guys go and watch it, and I hope whoever wants to do it does it, because it was just a fun little Halloween tag. I do know, you know, some of you don't do Halloween anymore, and that's fine. You don't have to, and you don't have to do the tag, you know. No disrespect to anybody that doesn't do Halloween anymore. But I am going to do Gail's at Susie Q's Happy Little Haven, and I don't know if Gail even remembers me anymore, because it's been a long time since I spoke to Gail. But when I first started watching her, I'd messaged her or emailed her, because my mom used to call me Susie Q all the time, and I told her that, and her mom too used to call her Susie Q, and that's where she got her the name for her channel. But yes, I think at that point in time when I was speaking to Gail, my channel's name was Strawberry Pumpkin Patch. But anyway, so she has got a tag called Fall Colors Tag, and so I plan on doing that. I'm not sure when I will do that, but I do plan on doing it. And this is Vlogtober day 24, I believe. I believe today's the 24th. Vlogtober day 24. And there's, of course, a lot of Pika. There was Pika Wednesday. That was, I'm trying to think, whose was it this week? I can't remember if it was Jessica's Homestead Life or if it was Tammy from Tater Tot Nursery who picked the theme, but it is fall colors for your Pikas this week. I didn't do one, so I still have time. I'll hopefully get on and get that done as well. Also, Pickle Week has started, I believe. Is it? Or did she make the announcement already? I'm thinking for a second. Pickle Week. I'm looking at my notebook here. Did I write something down about? Yes. Okay, because with Pickle Week, there is a tag, and that tag is by Tammy Tater Tots Nursery, and it is a Would You Rather. So I'm also going to do that one as well for Pickle Week. Then I have some spooky supernatural stories to share. I also want to read a book. I've got a lot I've got to get crammed in. I do know that, the Bazaar is tomorrow. Now, we'll see how the weather, because I have heard rumors that it is supposed to be raining off and on tomorrow. I don't think we're going to go to the Bazaar. However, where my mother works, they're having a trunk or treat, and she's never, all the years that she's been at this, where she works for over 20 years, she's never gone to any of this stuff that they do. And so I think I talked to her last night, and I think we're going to take Aurora and hopefully my grandboys there to their trunk or treat. And then I know this next week, I'm not sure on the day, I want to say it's Thursday, the school is having a trunk or treat. Sorry, somebody going by on their bike. The school is having a trunk or treat as well, and we will probably go to that. And then Friday, depending on if we go to the pumpkin patch on Friday or not, if we don't go on Friday to the pumpkin patch, then we'll go to my mom's church is also doing a trunk or treat, and so we'll go out there, and then we may go to a few houses on Friday. Sometimes we go to a few houses over in my mom's neighborhood. The kids like that. So it's going to be really, really busy. Now, Brian, we may just go on Saturday. I think we should go on a Saturday to the pumpkin patch, because then we have the day, and it's after Halloween, and Brian may be more willing to participate in this stuff if we go after Halloween. I think that's what we'll do. But I also know this weekend I want to set up for Aurora and Mason, they don't know yet, a surprise movie theater outside. We've got our projector, and this is how I'm going to make them watch The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown with me, is we're going to set up, Brian and I are going to set up out here under our canopy over on our patio where our lights are, our movie screen, and we're going to watch, it's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and then after that, Hocus Pocus. And then I'm going to fix up movie trays for them. I'll probably get some popcorn, pop some popcorn for them, and maybe pick out like their favorite candies, and maybe some, Mason is caffeine free right now. because he's in sports. You know how it is. No caffeine. You run better, harder, and breathe easier when you're caffeine free. And so because of sports, he's, has worked really, really hard on no sodas that have caffeine. I think probably had a root beer or a Sprite, but he's tried to not drink any, hit the tripod, any sodas at all. So I'm very proud of him for that. So, I may get him some drinks. And that also is if the weather permits. If not, there's the next one. I would like to do our Hocus Pocus. If we can't do Hocus Pocus outside, we'll do it inside, because that's like a family tradition that we always do and watch. So we've got a lot of things happening and going on. I do have another little Halloween costume to put on, and I'll do that. I don't know if I'll do another video to attach to this one or not with a baby, because I do have a baby. I also need to get changed. I've got another Halloween costume that I've got to put on one. I don't know which one I'm going to put it on yet. But there is exciting news. You guys, I've not gotten a baby all summer long, because I talked about this all summer long, you guys. I need to get a drink. My Dr. Pepper is 0. Still has caffeine in it. I'm not supposed to have caffeine. But occasionally, I like a little tingle. And I will normally, I don't see it sitting out here. Laura must have taken it in. I drink the Great Value Walmart Cherry Limeade sparkling water. I do like those, but Aurora got one a while ago. Took it in. So, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So, I know Christy from CJ's Little Ducklings. Shout out to her. I love you, sister. I'm so glad you loved your Happy Meal. I sent Happy Meal to Beth and Andrea and Janice as well. I'm not sure Janice has gotten hers, but Andrea and Beth opened up theirs as well. And I love all 3 of you ladies as well. And I was telling Christy, I feel bad because I tell her all the time that I love her. And, I was sitting there thinking, her and I have been friends for like 5 years now. We've talked, and we've not got to meet each other. But I truly love this woman. And I never thought I could love somebody that I have never met. But I do. I love Christy. She is such a good, godly woman. Such a good, loving, caring heart. She's a giving. I think that's probably her love language, is giving. And she has sent stuff for me. She sends stuff for Aurora and Mason, and probably Brian too, all the time. And just the other day, she was shopping and she picked up, she's always doing auctions. She likes auctions and she does good. And she picked up some things for my grandsons and even the babies that I keep, So she's just such a good person. And, Christy, I was just sitting here. I forgot about that Halloween costume that you sent me, the unicorn. I could dress up in the unicorn on one of my videos for that. I forgot about that. That would be so funny. I was telling her when she went to the doll show, they have a night where everybody dresses up in those blow-up costumes, I told her, I said, she should have kept that unicorn and she could have dressed up as one. But she had one and she took it, but she wasn't feeling like dressing it up that night, so she didn't dress up. But it was really cute seeing the women at the Kansas doll show that did dress up. That was really cute. So what was I saying? So Christy had asked if I was going to be a puppy dog this year. That's just one of the many. I have a bag, Christy, of little props. And I use these props when I'm playing with, teaching the kids things in my classroom and stuff as well. And so I've got 1 or 2 more, and I'm always buying headbands to wear, wacky, cute little animal headbands or just wacky ones, So I've got one more that I'm excited to put on and wear that's super cute. Brian saw the puppy dog one and he laughed. He's like, oh my gosh. And it was funny because I was teasing him before I did the video and I was telling him that I was dressing up and he's like, what are you dressing up for? And I was like, well, I'm dressing up because we're going to the football game. And it was very quiet. He didn't say nothing. And I'm like, what, no comment? He goes, no. I go, I'm just playing with you. I'm not wearing these doggy ears and doggy snout and bow tie and tail to the game. And he goes, why? And I said, cuz I'm not wearing it. I know it would embarrass you. And he's like, oh, I was just going to let you wear it. Just walk 5 feet from you. And he would probably. But anyway, I'm not sure if I do go to the pumpkin patch. Y'all know Katie Marie really wanted to go to the pumpkin patch, but I would like, I don't know. I don't know if I'll take Katie Marie. I may take Katie Marie and then one of the babies. I got rid of a stroller, and I'm kind of wishing I hadn't now because Aurora could always push a stroller as well. And so, like, she could have pushed Katie Marie in the stroller, and I pushed I'm going to take a small, like an infant baby. Darn it. The only thing is I don't think I could have fit 2 strollers in our vehicle. We've got a little vehicle, so I don't think they would have fit in there. So, oh well. I'll do that. I'll be thinking about that as we get another vehicle. I don't know when we'll get another vehicle. Right now we just have the one. We're enjoying no car payment. That's for sure. Anyway, I know I say a lot, but who cares? What else is there that I think? I know that Aurora's school, they won't be doing like a Halloween party, which is really sad because, you know, let them be kids for as long as they can be kids. Don't make them grow up. And I think we do in society. I think we push growing up on them so quickly. That's my opinion, you know. I know that we had Christmas party when I was in school. Up to the 6th grade, we had Christmas parties. And our school even bought Christmas gifts I went to a small school though, you guys. But our school bought Christmas presents for the kids in the class, you know, all the way up to the 6th grade. So, you know, I think they're still going to get to dress up. So next week is Red Ribbon Day, or Red Ribbon Week. Say no to drugs. And I know one day is fluorescent day, so Monday's pajama day. I think Tuesday is wear red day. I need to write them down. Wednesday, I don't know, sometimes they have a camo day, but being in the area that we are in is military area. And also, it's hunting season. If you didn't know it, it's bow season. One of the little boys I used to keep, they've actually gotten 2 deer already. So, I mean, hunting season, military season, wear camo no matter what kind of season. That's my area. I'm not a fan of camo, never have been, but that's like my sister-in-law's favorite. She loves camo, or camouflage. If you don't know what camo is, camouflage. She loves camo, and would wear it every day, you know. I don't even like the camo that's like the pink camo and stuff like that. I'm not a fan of it. But, so neon day, red day, there'll be a dress-up day, and that'll be Friday. Friday will be their dress-up day. I'm not going to, if Aurora dresses up, I'm not going to let her take her wings to school because they're too fragile and thin. Yeah, so she can wear her halo. She can take her wand if she wants to. And I don't know if they'll let her wear that tutu. She may have to wear like a sweater over it because it's got the little straps. So they've got that day. And I know I can't remember exactly what else there is, but I'm going to have to look and see if I can find something. Aurora doesn't have anything neon to wear. Neither does Mason. And so, like I said, this time of year, you can go into the Walmart here, and I can just get him a neon orange shirt. You know, those are hunting shirts, you know. I can probably find something like that. I just didn't want to spend a lot of money. Costumes, you guys. Costumes. Please. They are crazy expensive. And I know one year for Mason's costume, I spent $70. That was 2 or 3 years ago, and I told him, I'm like, this is it. This is it. After this year, I will never spend that much on a costume again. You're going to have to come up with something. And so that's what we did. The little tutu that Aurora was wearing, Christy had bought her from CJ's Little Ducklings. I told you she's always thinking of everybody else and getting stuff, and she sent that to Aurora over the summertime. And it is so pretty. I told Aurora she could wear that, and we could dress up as a fairy for Halloween. And so that's what we're doing. Even though in the last minute she did change her mind and decide she wanted to be that. She said on the video last night that I posted, some kind of butterfly girl from some anime show. She's never even seen the show. Maybe clips on YouTube. And she's got anime books to color, coloring books, but she doesn't really know anything about the character. And it's off of the anime show Demon Slayer. And that's where they kill the demons, but Brian's like, no. And Butterfly Girl, I think she's a good character in there. I don't even know. And she wanted to be Butterfly Girl, but at this point, I had already ordered her wings, so no, she's going to have to be a fairy. You're going to be a fairy and you're going to like it. This one time I was at McDonald's, and it was funny because it looked like the grandmother was in McDonald's, and she had like 4 of her grandchildren, and they were very young, like 4, 3, like a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, maybe 5 and 6-year-old, okay? And they were sitting there, and they were bickering and fighting, and then finally the grandma just snaps, and she goes, "Shut up and eat your Happy Meal!" And I just thought it was so funny, so cute. Poor grandma, you're going to eat that Happy Meal and be happy. It was just so funny. And I think of that all the time, whenever, with the kids and you get frustrated, and I just want to say, shut up and eat your Happy Meal and be happy. When you take your kids and you've envisioned this, like I envisioned going to the pumpkin patch, and we're going to play with our babies, and we're going to get in the sensory bin with the babies, and we're going to play, and we're just going to eat and have a picnic there and just have fun, and then when reality hits, sometimes what you envision for your family and how it's going to play out is way different than what actually plays out. And those are the moments you want to say, shut up and eat your Happy Meal and be happy. Stop fighting, Aurora and Mason bickering back and forth, and Mason is just going through this, and he's been going through it for 2 years now, this preteen stage, hormones wacky, and everything Aurora does gets on his ever-loving nerves. I mean, he got in the car last night after the football game, and granted, I know his sugar level is low because the kid don't come home. If he'd come home after the football game, after school, I would feed the child, then take him to his football game. But he wants to stay around and hang around and watch the game before him. And so then he's only getting what the concession stand has to give him for food, which is junk. And so, I'm like, if you come home, you can get food that's going to help you perform better in the football game. No, he don't want to listen, so he eats the junk food that's not going to give him any energy or anything like that. And so then by the time his football game is over, which he's the second game to play, and his game starts at 6:30, he's like a lion, a bear, starving because his sugar levels are way low, so he gets in the car, and she's just over there, she's just I'm seriously, she was just singing, humming something. He goes, would you stop? And I'm like, Mason, Brian and I both, you don't have to be like that to her. Well, she's getting on my nerves. And I told him, Mason, you just sat in the car. She hasn't even had a chance to get on your nerves. You've barely shut your door and you're screaming at her to stop. And she's just happy-go-lucky, And I was like, she has come to your football game, and she has cheered for you out there. She heard your name announced over the speaker. She was proud of it. She talked to people, that's my brother, And you get in the car and you want to chew on her because she's humming? Come on. Think about it. Your sister came and supported you. We came and supported you. You need to be respectful, and you need to be nice to us. because we love you, and I understand you're tired. I understand you're hungry as a bear and you want to eat and all this stuff. We're going to get you food, son. We're going to get you food. You've just got to be patient. But I mean, he's just, yeah, so we ended up, with it being late like that, and we didn't have time to prepare dinner beforehand, so we got a pizza. The kid ate a whole pizza. I'm telling you guys, this, my man-child, hang on, sorry, a bike's going by again. My man-child eats for 3 adults. He eats 3 adults. And I don't know if y'all have heard of the app Jow. It's Jow, and it's in cursive, and it's in your store app. You can go in and, hi, Tiny. She's messaging me. Hi, lady. You put in, they give you all these kinds of recipes, and it can be like if you're wanting to cook meals of foods that you've not had, if you're just tired of the same old meals and you want to expand your horizon and make better, just fun meals, or if you want to if you're like, don't have a lot of money, you've got those kinds of recipes that are out there. Okay, so, and then you click what you like. All these recipes, you go in, you figure out what you like, what you want to cook, and you can you can plan for your week. Then it will take everything that you need to prepare that meal for the week. If you want to do a week, or if you just want to do one meal, and it will give you a grocery list. And you also have to put in how many people you're feeding. And I seriously put in that okay, yes, I know. I'm going to tell y'all this, and I know what y'all are going to say, but Aurora's the baby in the family, and it's just the way it is, okay? I'm just going to say we're going to let her be that way, because we just are. We're at a point in our life where we can just let her be. But I know, growing up, I ate what was put out for dinner on the table. I ate, or I didn't eat at all, My parents didn't sit there and say, you are going to eat everything on your plate. They didn't do that. They were like, this is supper. You can eat, or you can go to bed and not eat. I mean, it's up to you. And so, but you definitely weren't getting dessert. If there was dessert, we didn't have dessert very often, but if there was dessert, you weren't going to eat dessert if you didn't eat some kind of dinner first. Because then you would eat dessert like it was dinner, and eat a lot of it. So anyway, Aurora likes chicken nuggets. She eats chicken nuggets a lot, which I would rather eat chicken nuggets than corn dogs. She loves corn dogs, but I don't like to buy corn dogs very much, because I'll buy a box of corn dogs. A box. Y'all hear that? A box. And the girl will have them all gone in like a weekend. And so I don't like to buy corn dogs very much. And she likes pizza rolls a little bit. I stick to the chicken nuggets because at least she's getting protein, But if something looks different, if it's a different kind, like a hamburger helper, I have a hard time getting her to even try it because it looks different to her. Here recently, though, she did try it. She liked it, and she ate it. So she's starting to come out of that I can only eat chicken nugget bracket. And I know Brian and I did it. We're the ones that made it to where she's like, because my other children weren't like that. And that's basically because it was the same way with them growing up. This is what we have. If you don't eat it, you don't have to eat it, but this is what we have. So if you're hungry, you better eat, because there's not going to be anything else. And she didn't have to grow up like that. Her and Mason really didn't have to grow up like that. Mason I always say Mason is like Mike. That kid will eat just about anything. He likes from vegetables, meats, pastas. The kid likes anything. Aurora's she's just been the picky one, but she's starting to open up more and eat more vegetables. And talking about you and your pickiness, your chicken nugget self, you. But you are starting to eat more things. Remember, you ate some hamburger helper. You've been trying. Anyway, back to that app I was telling you about. It puts together the grocery list and tells you exactly proportion-wise for the people that you put in. So I count. If it's a meal that I know Aurora's not going to eat, I don't count her. So I put in myself, and for Mason, I put 2 more adults. So I put in a total of
glasses
4.
are in.
Sometimes, what?
My glasses are in.
Can you see?
Yeah.
Come over here, let me see. Oh, they're so cute. Do you love them?
Yeah.
Her daddy got home and he brought her glasses home. They look so cute on her. Oh, she's happy. So, and that's called, I guess it's called Jow. That's how I say it. Jow, and I think it's in cursive, and it's a lowercase j, and I think it's wrote in yellow. It is really neat, and you can even link it to the store that you shop at. So, H-E-B. H-E-B is in Texas. You know, it's a grocery store in Texas. Or Walmart. You can even link it to Walmart. And it will show you, like, my son who does it. Now, he's a single young man. He does this, and he set it up for me so we can do it with him. He meal preps for his week. So he will put in the morning where you can, you know, order from the grocery store at H-E-B, the meal, you know, all of his groceries. And then he will go in the evening. He'll set up a time for evening time.
I have my glasses.
And they look so pretty on you.
So it kind of hurt my brain a little.
Yeah, you have to get used to it.
Okay.
Just wear it for a little while. Now, Daddy needs to go over the rules with your glasses with you.
Why?
Because there's rules with glasses. There's ways that you can't just take them off. And I'll go over that with you. Don't take them off until I have a chance to talk to you about them, okay?
Okay.
What?
She says it's hurting her brain. I told her she's going to have to, yeah, let them adjust. Anyway, so
Don't put that in your backpack so you don't lose it.
you can, and then he'll go after work and pick up all of his groceries and take, and you know, he just pulls up, says, you know, however you do that, curbside, and they'll bring his groceries out to him. And you can pay before you pick your groceries up as well. You can pay through this app. It is just, I just think it's really cool. And lots of different kinds of recipes on there, from Chinese food to just steak to hot dogs, you know, cheap meals, expensive meals, your taste. You pick what you want. And so there's been some really good meals on there. He loves it. It works really good for my older son. I'm proud of him. I mean, he's doing adult things, you know. He's 22. January will be 22, I believe. January he'll be 22. And so to me, for a young man, you know, who's out on his own and paying his bills, meal prepping, cooking his own meals, that's what I say. Anyway, let's see how long. Wow, I have talked to you guys. I have talked, so I probably will not add on another video to this just because of that. It's been 48 minutes that I have talked. It's been a great face-to-face Friday. It is. We haven't done any weather talk, let me tell you. Tammy just did a video and said, it is 30 degrees where she's at. 30 degrees. Oh, my soul. And she was putting on a sweatshirt, y'all, to go walk. I'm not that dedicated. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not dedicated at all. I would walk. Where we moved to now, I like to just walk the road. But where we live now, I cannot walk the road. There's blind corners, and there's no way I'm going to walk. And anytime I go walk, the kids want to go walk, and there's no way I would take them to walk on this road the way the people drive. And it's a country road, you know, there's no yellow line or anything, and so, no. Where we lived before, the city parks were right across the street from me, and I would cross the street, and I would just go, me and the kids would just go walk, stop, and let them pay, and then, you know, continue our walk. But unfortunately, where I live now, you can't do that. But so I need to go check into some haunted houses. Lori, if you're watching from Reborn Huggles, I love you, lady. Oh, I do have a prayer request, and I'm sorry I'm putting it at the end of my YouTube video because it is important. But I just want to ask everybody to please pray for our Dolly sister, Eileen. Not too long ago, she lost her husband. He passed on. And then just several days, maybe this last weekend, her mother passed away. And she is a dear, dear lady. Eileen is a very, very sweet lady. And I just ask that y'all please pray for her. She's been taking care of her mom who had dementia for several years now. And I know did she say last year or 2 years, it's gotten really, really bad, on hospice. And it is hard. It is hard losing your parent. No matter how much you prepare, she messaged me and she said that no matter how much you prepare for your parent passing, you are never completely prepared. It's your mom, it's your dad, and I, for one, was in denial with my dad when he had cancer. It's been 4 years since my daddy has passed, and I was in denial. I thought that I truly wholeheartedly believed that the Lord was going to heal him because of a teaching that had been taught to me. And I did everything that teaching said, and so he was not healed, not in the way that I wanted, and so that was really hard when my dad did pass, because I was in denial that he was going to pass. I believed that the Lord was really going to heal him, and my dad was going to be a working wonder. And you know what? In the end, my dad was a working wonder because he loved the Lord in the end, and he spoke about the Lord, talked about the Lord, he did go to some church services, but he had been saved, but he watched church on TV, and that's a completely different dad than the dad that I was raised with. So in the end, I did get my miracle, but after my dad passed, I had a hard time seeing that miracle because I was blinded by hurt and pain I didn't understand, and things I didn't understand as well. But anyway, so Mason and his new spectacles. You like your spectacles?
Honestly,
what?
I can tell my eyesight was horrible.
Now you can't with your glasses.
Because I've never had glasses before.
I know. You didn't know.
Everything looks so normal.
Uh-huh.
But
you're normal, I know.
These street limbs look
You can see
dim.
the leaves
They
now.
look dim.
Yeah.
As soon as I put them on, those are brighter. Trash cans, everything's brighter. And I can, see the white box over there?
And you'll never go back. You'll now you know you have been awakened, and now you know what the world sees.
Those, those white box over there?
Uh-huh.
To me, it's blurry.
Uh-huh.
From here, it's blurry. It's always seemed normal to me. But putting
It
these
was
on,
normal to you. That was your normal.
I don't know, putting these on, I can see so much better.
And now you'll be like, not liking it, without your glasses on.
Everything's blurry. I mean, everything, but I put these on.
Come back over here and look in here so people can see
our
you.
mailbox? It has a number on it. I can't see it from right there, but right when I put my glasses on, I can see the
I had some blind children and we didn't know it.
Honestly, Mama, look.
Come stand behind me so people can see your handsome face.
Those numbers.
Uh-huh.
I know there's numbers there, but I can't tell if their numbers were letters.
Uh-huh. Ooh, I felt something fall in my hair. What an
I can
acorn.
see-
The sky's falling. The sky's
I
falling.
can see the number.
Hey, come back over
Everything's
here.
really blurry. I mean,
Come look over my
everything.
shoulder so people can see you. See your handsome face and your new glasses. I
Everything
love
looks blurry.
them. They look really good on you, Mace. I'm
I
glad
see-
you went with
Hold
that
on,
pair.
whoa.
Yeah.
It kind of looks weird.
Everything's so much brighter.
I want to see with my glasses on top of my head.
You do look pretty.
I gotta look at my phone now.
I remember when I was in the second grade, you guys, I didn't know. Like Mason said, my normal was in second grade, I was almost legally blind. I'm now legally blind.
Mom,
But hang on just a minute.
my the
And
legs.
someone told
I could just push easy and it just go down on its own.
someone told my mom, I don't think Carla can see. And my mom's like, well, why do you say that? And the lady's name was, we called her Miss Bruni. And she's like, well, when we were driving down the road, I was asking her to read these signs that were passing, and she couldn't see them. And my mom was like, well, okay, I'll take her. That was in the second grade, you guys. She's like, okay, I'll take her to the doctor and we'll see. And I was almost legally blind. And I can remember, like Mason, just y'all could hear them how excited they were. I put my glasses on for the first time and was like, I could see the leaves on the trees. And that was the first comment I made to my mom was, I can see the leaves on the trees. I didn't know people could see the leaves on trees. You know, my normal was just a big green blob, you know, or you couldn't even really see the colors sometimes.
Mine isn't a big green blob. It's just like the leaves. Like when I put them on, they look like... Because right now when you have them on, without them on, to me, they look like the tree limbs are dying. And those leaves are dying with them. As soon as I put these on, you can tell those tree limbs, they're not dying. It's just the way they look.
Yeah.
And they're brighter.
Isn't it nice? You've got a whole new world. Sing the song. A whole new world.
Like, hold on.
A new world.
Like, I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure. But have you
Wait,
ever...
is that dazzling?
Yeah.
Have you ever been like...
They're so excited.
Eyes are watering, we're crying, we're tearing up, and you look at a light and it's like that light's blurry. I take these off. Nothing. Those lights, it's like I was just crying, we're watering. Nothing.
Mom.
They're all excited. Okay, everybody, I'm going to let you go. It's been 56 minutes, almost an hour. I don't know if anybody will watch this all the way through or not, but thank you all. If you did stick with me and watch this video all the way through, I didn't know I had this much to say today,
Mom,
but I guess I
can see
did.
the trees in my glasses.
I need to make a list of everything I need to do because I just told y'all a whole bunch of stuff I need to do.
I can see the trees in my glasses.
The reflection. Okay, everybody. God bless you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending time with us. And until next time, God bless you.